Alright, number 3.
Atramedes may not be able to see you, but he can hear you snivel in fear.
That's pretty legit. Look at this stuff. Echolocate. Equip a weapon that grows as your opponent plays cards. For 1 mana. Well, we'll play a different deck just to keep things mixed up. We'll run the Mill Druid, because we don't much care about playing a ton of cards with this deck anyways. Not in the beginning.
Malfurion versus Atramedes!
Notice our name in the bottom left.
Heart beating. I must protect the wild.
Don't mind this opening hand. Okay. I was wondering about that.
In the darkness.
So we get 3 chances to destroy our weapon as it builds. Or his weapon, rather. Okay. Let's see what the weapon is.
Footsteps
Ugh.
and foul stench give you away.
Joke's on you, I'm not playing a card. Let's use the coin for nothing. I think that's good for us. Alright, so if we play a card, he's going to start having a weapon, but a 1/6 doesn't really concern us. So to take control of the Bard... seems pretty easy.
I hear you.
Oh no!
I must safeguard the land. I hear footsteps.
Yeah, you could trade with that, but it's okay.
Cannot hide.
Ah, see that? That's more of a problem. Now we have to destroy it because it's going to have, you know, a 5 attack, 4 lifespan weapon left. So let's do this. And it'll spawn a little dude, and that's A-okay. We'll do this. And we'll do this. And we'll chill.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
At one point, I had an acidic swamp ooze in this deck. I don't think I do anymore. Because obviously that would be perfect for stuff and things. +1 there. Do that. This gives us 10 cards, though, which is a problem. We actually don't really have a great turn this play. This turn. Wow. Wow, what a day. What a drunkenness. Could just trade. This milling deck is all about maintaining board control and then just destroying your opponent towards the end. We will have to play something next turn, but let's stand pat. The board doesn't scare us that much. We'd like to see the Azure Drake. That's just 1 more card he's drawn. We do have our Wombo combo, which is Poison Seeds and Starfall. But it's too early to play it, both because the board's not worth it and because we only have 7 mana. Naturalize isn't great right now. This seems fine, I think, because it'll get our health back up almost to the max. We're not worried about dropping 1 health. And either we can trade it with the 2/3 next turn, or we can like run into the 4/4 and hero power it, or if he kills it with the 4/4.
I hear your
we're not so worried about
Cannot escape.
the weapon when it has 1 attack, or even 2. We just don't want it to get beyond that, because then it starts to get, like, better than an Assassin's Blade. And better than Assassin's Blade for 1 mana, not the best for us. So we'll get 1 favorable trade out of this, and then he's gonna attack with his face, kill it. Let's take the trade. Do I really want to summon another one? Seems kind of wasteful. We do have, of course, the Tree of Life for later. As you can see, this deck is kind of obnoxious. Here, the problem is, though, if we play this, we're milling ourselves, which we don't really like. If we play this, he's going to have a 2 attack weapon. And we got to get cards out of hand somehow. So we'll silence his Spoida. I don't know if I want to play the heal bot, because he'll just trade with his weapon then. Back from the junk heap. We could destroy the weapon. I think we want to wait a little bit. We want to be a little bit more greedy. Maybe too greedy. Yeah, see, that's what we're talking about right there. Now, this is going to hurt, but we can destroy it immediately. Ow. So now the only concern here is we can Poison Seeds and Starfall and clear the board. But to do so means we can't destroy the weapon, and we'll still have the 2 stupid little spiders out, too. It won't actually clear the board, per se. Alright, let's draw first. Interesting. Problem once again is too many cards in hand. Because I'm holding back a little bit more than usual with this weapon mechanic, I'm in the spot where I have too many cards all the time. I want to bounce back the Antique Heal Bot and play that instead. Well, except that's a stupid way to do it. Hold on. Oh, I was just kidding about that. Yeah.
Drink with me, friend.
Get that maximum value. And then we'll heal, and we'll destroy. And that still leaves us facing 11 damage on board, and Therissian's not what we want to see right now. But that's okay, because we will clear the board this turn. Even so, we give him a 2 attack weapon. Oh, we traded. Interesting. And he did 6 damage to our 2-1 because I don't know why. He really wanted it dead, I guess. We're not going to worry about him having a 2 attack weapon. I think this is the time. We have 2 of these combos in our deck, so we don't have to worry about being too aggressive. Clear the board. We have a big hand advantage. We're not that low on life. We have a heal bot in hand. We have Tree of Life waiting.
For Blackrock.
Luckily, we don't have less than 15 health yet. He should have attacked us first, but the AI isn't perfect. I don't really want to naturalize in this spot, but we might have to. Let's draw first. We're looking for the other Keeper of the Grove. Okay. That is one way of doing this.
I got the beast in my sight.
Still, we have to be very careful because... Yeah, we don't have it. We have to naturalize this. That's 10 damage on the field. It's still going to give him a 5/5, so we might also have to consider destroying the weapon again, but I don't know. I'm going to go that route and see. Got a 6/5 weapon. We're gonna let it rock for a turn. That sucks, especially because we just played our BGH. Oh, we attacked the dancing swords though. That's interesting. Well, there's 5 cards left. We can kill both the 9/9 and the Twilight Drake, then destroy his weapon. Have 2 mana left, I guess, just to armor up. We still have 1 more Poison Seed Starfall, so we have some more removal coming. Yeah. Ooh, we did draw a Healing Touch. This weapon's too strong, though. So close. What? If his weapon gets 10 attack, does he win? Of course he has the Twilight Drake. Alright. Now we do have a bit of a concern. I've had to spend a lot of resources. That Black Knight would have been cool earlier. Could just heal bot, hit face, armor up, pass. At 8 damage right now, soon to be 9 with the weapon when we summon. 2 cards left though, we don't have a ton more to get through here. We're coming up on the point where that Grove Tender can be super valuable. I think that's all we'll do for now. The heal bot puts us out of any real potential lethal. That's not great. All these dragons and all these stupid Blackrock decks. It's like it's themed for dragons or something. We have swipes in this deck. Could have used a swipe right about now. Alright, let's draw first. We draw this card at the start of the turn anyways, so now he's going to be in fatigue. Great, that's what we want. Cycle through the Grove Tenders. We have another Cold Light left. We have some ways to do damage here, but we have to clear off the board somehow. Poison Seeds will give him a 3-attack weapon and 7 2/2s, which is enough for lethal. We can Poison Seeds and then Wrath. That'll keep him 1 shy of lethal. It's not a good spot. We can Poison Seeds and then Healing Touch, and then I don't know what next turn, but Tree of Life. That's gross. Might have to happen though. We could Wrath one of the minions, the 1/1s, and draw, but then we're kind of locked out of any of the plays we want to make. It has 22 damage showing right now, so even a Healing Touch is very risky. 4-attack weapon with 5 charges left. It's not great, but he is in fatigue. Let's see if he goes all face. He does. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate, actually, because we had some ways to get lethal here. A Death Lord, which will block 4 of his dudes, or he's going to hit with his face, I guess. I mean, we can Tree of Life, but that is kind of icky. I don't know that we have a choice, though. A Death Lord doesn't stop lethal. What's this at? 5, 4. So we'll trade 2 Treants plus his face into the Death Lord. We can kill one of his 2/2s with our 2/2. We'll still have 4 left, though, and that's lethal. Even if we armor up, that's lethal. we can Death Lord and Wrath, but then his weapon's going to be at 6, so he only needs to attack with that and one of his treants. We could Wrath to draw a card. We're looking for the other Cold Light Oracle, but even then, it's not quite enough. Cold Light would be 2 and 3 damage. Growth Tender would be 4 from Fatigue. How many cards do we have left? 6? 6. So, I mean, we could Tree of Life and then take 19 damage next turn and be pretty much right back where we're at. And then he's at 30, so we're a long ways away from lethal. Or we can try and go for it. Let's go for it. Looking for Cold Light Oracle, not Swipe. We wanted that like 9 years ago. Well, we're in trouble. Just need to draw the Cold Light. We actually have lethal. But it's one of those 4 cards that are left. So we'll watch our death slowly and painfully. Alright, so we might need to actually tweak a deck to go up against these. That's not uncommon, especially on Heroic. Not that this was far off. I feel like with some better management we could have done it. We went a little bit too aggressive on our early options when he was close to decking out. Let's see. So, I mean, we need a deck that has acidic swamp ooze. I think that's pretty clear. So we can play more cards without having to worry about it. That's not the right button. Join me in opening 0 packs. So let's consider. A mage wouldn't be bad. We'd have some freezing capability. What was this deck again? Was it just the big guy thing for a quest? Yeah, it was a ramp druid that's not very good because I'm missing a couple core ramp components and I don't have Force of Nature. So let's delete that. Let's build a mage to beat this dude. So we know we want double acidic. Oops. I think I'm on the app now. I've been playing on the mobile version, so I'm like trying to drag it over when I don't need to do that. We're gonna want some of the real standard stuff. No, not those. I have golden ones. Come on. Nah, actually, snow checkers would be good. We're all about the freeze, right? We don't really have the components to make a freeze mage. We're not terribly far off from it, but there's a couple things like ice block that we need and don't have. I think fireball is going to be good to close out enemies. Oh, I did it again. What's wrong with me? Polymorph might be good against stuff like a Nixie and other big threats. We're certainly going to want a big game hunter. I only have the one. Those obviously for the freezings. At least 1 flame strike, maybe 2. I don't know, blizzard. That's not helping with the ice theme. Now we could take Ice Lance and just look to kind of stall and then explode for a bunch of damage. So it gives us freezing options plus, yeah, that's too good. We gotta take 2 of those. Some big burst damage at the end. I mean, just 2 Frost Bolts and 2 Ice Lances is 14 damage for 6 mana, which is, you know, like Force of Nature Savage Roar, but for 3 fewer mana. So then what? We gotta be playing stuff that's impactful for a little bit of mana. Let's spell Sludge correctly. Put 2 of those in. I don't think an Alexstrasza would be bad. It was bad when we drew it in the last game, but I don't think that means it's a bad card. Could put like a Leper Gnome in or something. Because if we can play it turn 1, And I could go Mana Worm too, but those are usually based on playing a bunch of spells, and we're not going to be looking to do that too often. But if we play Leper Gnome turn 1, he doesn't have his weapon equipped yet, so it won't do anything. Now we just got to kind of fill this out with some good stuff. We have a BGH already, so we don't have any more tech need. I think we're going to want Arcane Intellect. Nope. Back here with the glowies. For card draw's sake. That's a question of what else can we put in here that's going to be good. I actually don't necessarily mind the Ogre Brute. It's like the Dancing Swords, and that's big enough to get over a lot of stuff. We don't really care about the spreading around effect, because we don't mind board clear or face damage. So let's run a couple of those. We're curving out okay. We want some high-end stuff, but we'll get there. Jeeves. No. No. We could run some things with spell damage, but I don't think that's necessary. That is a typical component of Freeze Mage, but that's not really what we're doing here. It's sort of what we're doing here. I do kind of like the heal bots. Looking to buy time, after all. Anything that kind of gives us 2-for-1 value would be very nice right now. That's why I'm looking at Kodo. Down there in the bottom left, but no. This is necessary, especially if you want to get those big burst combos at the end. Good old Theresian. We could do like a Sunwalker. He didn't seem to have a lot of removal per se. He had a lot of like deal damage to target, but he didn't have any destroy minion. And we want 2-for-1 value, right? All right. Curve's looking okay. 28. Anything else up here that we're going to want? I can't imagine Ragnaros being that useful. Ren Blackhand, going to be fun in the Dragon deck, but not yet. Worst card in the game. Just kidding. But it's really not that good because Ragnaros has 8 health, so even when you manage to pull this off... If it was Battle Cry, maybe. At least you could control with them, but with Death Rattle... We could do Kel'Thuzad, but I don't... We don't have a lot of minions that we care about bringing back. Water Elementals, Sled Belchers, Theresian are the big ones. The other ones coming back are okay. It's hard to imagine us having enough minions at that time to really get impact out of it. But you know, we're going to throw them in anyways. And a Sunwalker. Let's try it. It's a little high on the curve, but as long as we don't get too far behind, it should be okay. That's the beauty of this, and one of the things I kind of like is you just experiment and you build decks. And I like deck building. This one's not great, but we'll try it. If not this, then maybe back to the Priest, because that's another one with a decently high curve, to where we're not going to be loading up his weapon. Just put the the Swamp Oozes back in.
I hear your heart beating.
You asked for it.
We have 5 ways to destroy his weapon now, so we shouldn't have to be too worried about it. That's not the best mulligan in the history of Hearthstone, but it's okay.
Death waits in the darkness. Your clumsy footsteps and foul stench give you away.
Oh, well. I was just doing hero power, but there's a snow chugger.
I hear you.
Very similar opening play to last time. Mana for no reason. Again, right? Coin for no reason. Yep. 1 mana, no reason. Alright. I think this is relatively straightforward. Oh, now he wants to trade. Interesting. He has spared his minion with some top tier play. Well, I think it's time. You can have your 2-attack weapon, that's fine. So, do we begin the freeze lock? I guess that's the question here, isn't it? We can do so with both Fireball or Frostbolt Ice Lance on the Twilight Drake. I'd prefer Polymorph, but we don't have it. I don't think I put any in, now that I think about it. Whoops. I thought I did. I talked about it. I don't remember. It doesn't matter how good his weapon is if he's frozen, right? Frostbolt Ice Lance is more damage, so we'll hang on to that. Ooh, Sludge Belcher. All about that freeze lock. If he wants to trade all 3 of his minions into my Frost Elemental, we'll somehow get over that. That's unfortunate. But we have options next turn. It's okay. We can kill it. The bigger thing is we want to keep just ticking him down, get in range of our combo of death. So we hit here. Flame Strike. And we'll take the trade even though it's not the best trade. Because we don't want him getting more value out of first one. Okay. He has not destroyed our elemental yet. So he's going to be down to 16, and we have 7 damage in hand right now. And a Sludge Belcher, and we'll Hero Power. Take it down a little further.
For Blackrock.
We have enough mana now where even another Fireball will put us in close range here. Draw 2 cards, costs 1 less for each minion who died this turn. That's neat. Would have liked to have seen that with our Mildred, but he had it in his hand the whole time and never played it because he's a jerk. What a jerk. No, don't play the Leper Gnome. That's going against the strategy. Where are we at here anyways? 3, 4, and 7 is 11, and Hero Power is 12. We're very close. I think this makes the most sense.
You cannot hide.
That is the wrong target. Because you're dead. So it turns out we didn't even need the Acidic Swampus or any of our weapon breaking things. We just needed to freeze lock him to death. So it's important that, you know, show off to the computer so you feel like more of a man. It'd be funny if my fire unthawed him. Thawed him. I don't understand how ice works. It's him with the fireball. He melts. Ice Lance is ineffective. Look, I don't care. The Blind Dragon beat me, okay? The Draconid Crusher. We've seen him quite a bit the last couple fights.